Coral reefs are like bustling underwater cities, teeming with life and activity. These vibrant ecosystems are some of the most diverse and productive on the planet. They are full of life and color, with a dazzling array of species coexisting in harmony. The colors are not just for show, they play a crucial role in the survival of these species. Fish of all shapes and sizes dart in and out of the coral, each playing a unique role in the ecosystem. Some fish clean the coral, while others feed on the algae that can smother it. Some are bright, like flashing neon signs, while others are patterned and blend into the reef. This camouflage helps them avoid predators and sneak up on their prey. Imagine swimming through a forest, but instead of trees there are corals. These structures provide shelter and breeding grounds for countless marine species. These corals are not plants, they are animals. Each coral is made up of tiny creatures called polyps, which work together to build the coral skeletons. Tiny creatures called polyps build the coral skeletons. These polyps have a symbiotic relationship with algae, which provide them with energy through photosynthesis. Over time, these skeletons grow and form the reef, creating a complex and beautiful structure that can be seen from space. The growth of coral reefs is a slow but steady process, taking thousands of years to form large structures. The reefs provide food and shelter for countless marine animals. From tiny shrimp to large fish, many species depend on the reef for their survival. Sea turtles graze on seagrass, which grows in the shallow waters around the reefs. These gentle giants play a crucial role in maintaining the health of the seagrass beds. Sharks patrol the deeper waters, keeping the populations of other fish in check. They are the apex predators of the reef, ensuring a balanced ecosystem. And crabs and lobsters hide in crevices, coming out at night to feed. These nocturnal creatures are an essential part of the reef's food web. These underwater cities are a vital part of our planet's health. They support a vast array of marine life and contribute to the overall biodiversity of the oceans. They protect coastlines from storms and provide food for millions of people. The reefs act as natural barriers, reducing the impact of waves and preventing coastal erosion. We must protect these beautiful and important ecosystems. Conservation efforts are crucial to ensure that future generations can enjoy the wonders of the coral reefs. Coral reefs are incredibly diverse ecosystems. They are home to a quarter of all marine species. Each species plays a crucial role in the reef's survival. Tiny fish graze on algae, keeping it in check. Larger fish hunt these smaller fish, maintaining a balance. Sharks, as top predators, keep the entire food web in order. The coral polyps themselves have a symbiotic relationship with algae. The algae live within the polyps and provide them with food through photosynthesis. In return, the polyps offer the algae a safe place to live. This delicate balance is easily disrupted. Overfishing, pollution, and habitat destruction can all harm the reef. But the biggest threat to coral reefs today is climate change. Climate change is a global problem with far-reaching consequences. It is caused by the increase of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, primarily from human activities. These gases trap heat from the sun, causing the planet to warm. This warming has a devastating effect on coral reefs. The oceans absorb much of this excess heat, leading to rising sea temperatures. Warmer waters stress the coral polyps, causing them to expel the algae that live within them. This process is known as coral bleaching. Without the algae, the coral loses its vibrant color and its primary source of food. If the water temperature remains high, the bleached coral will eventually die. This loss of coral has a ripple effect throughout the entire ecosystem, leading to a decline in fish populations and other marine life. Coral bleaching events are becoming more frequent and severe due to climate change. Mass bleaching events affecting vast areas of coral reefs have been documented worldwide. In 1998, a global bleaching event killed an estimated 16% of the world's coral reefs. Another major bleaching event occurred in 2016, impacting 2/3 of the Great Barrier Reef. These events are a stark warning of the dire consequences of climate change. The loss of coral reefs has devastating impacts on marine biodiversity, coastal protection, and the livelihoods of millions of people who depend on them. We must act now to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate the impacts of climate change. The future of coral reefs and the countless species that depend on them is at stake. Section 5. Ocean acidification dissolving the future of reefs. As if rising temperatures weren't enough, climate change is also causing the ocean to become, well, more acidic. This phenomenon, known as ocean acidification, is a direct result of increased carbon dioxide emissions. The ocean acts like a giant sponge, absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. While this helps to reduce the amount of CO2 in the air, it has a detrimental effect on marine life. When carbon dioxide dissolves in seawater, it forms carbonic acid. This acid then breaks down into bicarbonate and hydrogen ions, increasing the water's acidity. This process lowers the pH of the water, making it more acidic. The lower pH levels can have severe consequences for marine ecosystems. One of the most affected organisms are coral polyps. These tiny creatures are responsible for building coral reefs by secreting calcium carbonate to form their skeletons. Imagine trying to build a house with bricks that are constantly dissolving. That's the challenge corals face with ocean acidification. The increased acidity makes it difficult for coral polyps to build and maintain their skeletons. This weakening of coral skeletons leads to fragile reefs that are more susceptible to damage. The structural integrity of these reefs is compromised, making them more vulnerable to storms and erosion. The weaker skeletons make the coral more vulnerable to storms and erosion. This not only affects the corals themselves, but also the myriad of marine life that depends on healthy reefs for shelter and food. Ocean acidification also affects other marine organisms, such as shellfish and plankton. These creatures rely on calcium carbonate to build their shells and skeletons, and increased acidity makes this process more difficult. These creatures play vital roles in the marine food web, and their decline could have cascading effects throughout the ecosystem. The health of our oceans is intricately linked to the balance of these organisms, and any disruption can have far-reaching consequences. Section 6. Our role in protection actions for a healthier planet. The future of coral reefs may seem bleak, but there is still hope. These underwater ecosystems are incredibly resilient and can recover if given the chance. By taking immediate and sustained action, we can help restore their health and vitality. We can all make a difference in protecting these vital ecosystems. Simple actions like reducing plastic use and supporting sustainable seafood can have a significant impact. Every individual effort contributes to a larger collective movement towards conservation. Every action counts, and together we can create a healthier planet for coral reefs and all life on Earth. From local community initiatives to global policy changes, our combined efforts can lead to substantial improvements in marine health. One of the most important things we can do is reduce our carbon footprint. This involves making conscious choices in our daily lives, such as using public transportation, carpooling, or even walking and biking more often. This means reducing our greenhouse gas emissions by using less energy, driving less, and choosing sustainable products. Opting for renewable energy sources like solar and wind can also make a big difference. We can also support organizations that are working to protect coral reefs. These groups are often at the forefront of conservation efforts, conducting vital research and implementing restoration projects. These organizations are conducting research, restoring damaged reefs, and advocating for policies to address climate change. By supporting their work, we can amplify their impact and drive meaningful change. By taking action to address climate change, we are not only protecting coral reefs, but also ensuring a healthier planet for future generations. Our efforts today will shape the world our children and grandchildren inherit. It is our responsibility to be good stewards of the Earth and its precious resources. By working together and making conscious choices, we can preserve the beauty and diversity of our planet for all to enjoy. Section 7. Reducing our footprint. Sustainable living for coral reefs. Reducing our carbon footprint starts with simple changes in our daily lives. By making conscious choices, we can significantly reduce our impact on the environment. Choose energy-efficient appliances and light bulbs. Turn off lights when you leave a room. Unplug electronics when not in use. These small actions can add up to significant energy savings. Walk, bike, or take public transportation whenever possible. If you need to drive, choose a fuel-efficient vehicle or carpool with others. Reducing our reliance on fossil fuels is crucial in combating climate change. Support sustainable businesses and products. Look for products made from recycled materials or those that have a lower environmental impact. By choosing sustainable options, we can reduce waste and pollution. Section 8. Supporting conservation. Joining the fight for our oceans. There are many organizations working tirelessly to protect coral reefs around the world. By supporting these organizations, we can contribute to their vital work. Consider donating to or volunteering for organizations involved in coral reef research, restoration, and conservation. Every contribution, no matter how small, helps make a difference. Educate yourself and others about the importance of coral reefs and the threats they face. Share your knowledge with friends, family, and on social media. Raising awareness is crucial in inspiring action. Support policies that address climate change and protect our oceans. Contact your elected officials to voice your concerns and urge them to support environmental protection measures. Section 9. A future for coral reefs, hope and action for generations to come. The future of coral reefs is uncertain, but it is not hopeless. By taking action to address climate change and support conservation efforts, we can protect these vital ecosystems for generations to come. Imagine a future where coral reefs continue to thrive, where vibrant fish dart among healthy corals, and where future generations can marvel at the beauty of these underwater cities. This future is possible if we act now. Let us all do our part to be responsible stewards of our planet and ensure that coral reefs continue to inspire wonder and awe for centuries to come. The time for action is now.